Welcome to today's video. I'm going to show you in the grocery store the shopping habits that save me money. And I always love seeing how different people have their grocery shopping and how can they save money. Today I'm going to sit down and talk to you a little bit while I show you grocery shopping and what it looks like for me. So the first thing I want to let you know is I love grocery shopping. While some people love going to the mall or clothes shopping or shoes shopping, I love the grocery store. Even though I have a great supply of food, I don't have a lot of fresh food. So the first thing I like to look at is the bananas. Bananas is a produce that saves you lots of money because it's usually always cheap per pound. So I always make sure I buy bananas. When all of the other fruit is so expensive, bananas seem to always be a very decent price. And there's lots of things you can do with bananas, from making banana bread to eating bananas fresh. Bananas is a #1 way you can save money on produce. Of course, growing your own vegetables is very important, and I have lots of vegetables growing in my garden. Way down there, along with a lot of herbs and a lot of spices and a lot of fruit. I have lots of grapes and different kinds of fruit. Walking through the grocery store, you'll see the yogurts. Many times yogurts are very expensive. So we'll only take 1 or 2 yogurts, and oftentimes we will share a yogurt, even if it's a small cup of it. I like to add fresh fruit to it. That way we have parfaits. So my husband and I will share 1 yogurt and we'll divide it into 2 and we'll add different fruit to it, and that helps sustain us for that day, for that meal. So that is how we can use 1 little container of yogurt and make it last. I wanted to show you the prices of jams and jellies are so expensive. Well, I make my jams and jellies at home. I really enjoy making my jams and jellies at home, and I am not afraid to use food that was expired or use food that's very soft and needs to get used up. Lots of times people will buy a case of tomatoes and some of them are rotten, and then they just throw the whole case away. Or small little plastic containers of food, and you'll see a couple of them may have some mold on them, but the rest are fine. A lot of times people will throw everything away. Not me. I like to pick it out and I'll cut it up, cut the bad parts out of it. That is something my mother taught me. And so for me, food shopping can be very different than it is for a lot of people. Now, there is only 2 of us in our home, so for me, food shopping isn't quite as expensive as if you had a large family. Another thing is I'm not afraid to buy reduced meat. All of my meat that I buy is reduced, whether it's chicken, whether it's beef. I don't eat a whole lot of pork, but if we have pork, that would be reduced. I don't buy any meat that's not reduced. That saves me anywhere from 45% to 65%, depending on how reduced it is. After we're going to the grocery store, then I'm going to show you a portion of a video where I am taking food in my pantries and I'm making it long-term storage. So another thing to make your food last is it's very important that you learn how to store your food. Storing your food is just as important as buying your food, because if you know how to properly store your food, you're able to have it last so much longer. So let's talk about storing food. These mushrooms, and I paid 69 cents for them, but they were reduced. I am really working in my pantries. I am so excited at how much I accomplished. Now, if I look tired to you and a little flushed, it's because I have been working with heavy lifting. I had totally redid both of my pantries, both of them. I thought I was going to do one and maybe wait another month and do the second one. Now you are going to be seeing those videos. If you didn't, they would have been before this one. I'm trying to have my videos all in order. But I cannot wait to show you what I am doing, still working on these pantries. With that being said, I'm really watching what I spend. In fact, I have not been spending much for food. I've been really working on eating up all of the food that we do have. But there's certain fresh food that I like to have, and I also am going to freeze these and finish chopping these up. And then I'm going to boil some water, and then I'm going to cook them, I think. Or I'm going to stir fry them. think I'm gonna stir fry them and then freeze them. I don't know yet. So I'll turn the camera off for a second and then we're gonna work on some other things and then I'll show you a bunch of other stuff. This is actually gonna be a really fun video. All right, when I was cleaning my pantries, I found whole oat flour. Now, oat flour or whole wheat flour does not store very long. So I'm actually gonna keep it out here in my cupboard, but I wanna put it in the glass jars. So I'm gonna put these in the glass jars and that way I have them. So if you wanna store whole wheat, anything whole wheat or brown rice, that will not store very long. And I'm hoping I can get it all in here. Come on. That's what I call a full. That's very, very full. All right, so I gotta do the other one. And I'm gonna make sure I write on the lid what this is. I can tell you all of the mistakes I made with food storage. One of them was not labeling my stuff years ago. I'm very good with labeling now, but years ago I did not label stuff. My mushrooms are sauteing, and when they're done I can put them in the freezer, and then I'm gonna go outside and show you some other things. Now I am going to be having cooking videos, but I will not lie to you. In the summertime I don't do a whole lot of cooking, like just spending hours in the kitchen cooking. I like being outdoors. I am an outdoors girl. I love being outdoors and doing things outdoors. When it comes to fall and winter time, then I'm in the kitchen more. But it's also just hubby and me. So I'm not making big, enormous family meals generally on a regular basis. So I'll make spaghetti, we'll have meatballs, we'll have mashed potatoes, and we'll have burgers. We do a lot of grilling in the summertime. All right, let's get finished with all of this. And then I have one pack of this dry pasta. My sister-in-law gave me this. And a box of food for me that she had. All right, so now we're gonna use the dry pasta. We're gonna put that in the jars. All right, so these are all the linens that I washed. Now, this was all in both of my pantries. So I washed all of them. And then let's go inside the pantry door. Now you gotta understand, I didn't spend any money, so this is just cleaning up. Let me see if I can move this curtain a little bit. It's supposed to be dark in here because it's a pantry. But I used one of my power units. And now I have lights going the whole way around here. Now if you remember, I had lights before, but I didn't want to spend for the electricity, but with the power unit now I can do it. Now I am going to work on this. As you can see, we'll go back here and look here. We can move this up so we can see the lights a little more. So yeah, it's done, except for I have a few more things I have to work on, but everything is cleaned up. You can see the floor. That's the floor. So the floor, you can walk freely in here. You can turn around. And it's absolutely amazing because I went through everything. And I know what I have and what I don't have. Well, I know what I have. What I don't have is I actually need to do two things. Okay, let's go out where we can see a little better. Chickens are laying their eggs this morning. It's early morning. Okay, so what don't I have? I need to can corn and I need to can chicken broth.